Good kill, good kill. Hey, good kill.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're here in the F-15 Eagle. I have it strapped up with the AIM 152s, the Raytheon versions, which, you know, if it was up to me, I would have chosen that over the Westinghouse version, General Dynamics version. So I have those. They are the Ramjets, for those of you who don't remember, which makes them very similar to the Meteor missile. These missiles were intended to replace the Phoenix missile, be a more advanced version of it, and they ended up using technology that is very similar to what the Meteor was using in the sense of the Ramjet engine. And today we're going to be fighting Mig-31s. I'm sure you guys remember past experiences with the Mig-31s there. Dropping some chaff. So those unknowns on the RWR, they're now to my 10 o'clock. And I'm just kind of cranking in case they've shot missiles at me. I just want to bleed the missile energy. This is going to be an extremely long-range engagement, both for the F-15 and for the Mig-31s. We're going to be slinging these missiles over hundreds of kilometers. So the BVR tactics are going to be a little bit different here today. Now, I think these missiles, the AIM 152s, really are going to take the F-15 to the next level in terms of what its capabilities are. And that's why I have us fighting 4 Mig-31s here today. Because I think the F-15, coupled with the Raytheon AIM 152s, can do the job. Now, one single Mig-31 was one of the hardest, things I've ever had to BVR fight. The R-37 missiles that thing fires are incredibly dangerous. For those of you who maybe don't remember, those missiles are actually called hypersonic missiles, which means they can reach speeds of Mach 6 or more. So you can imagine how dangerous that is. The Phoenix missile would top out at Mach 5. So to have something that reaches at least Mach 6 is tremendously dangerous. And they are intended to kill AWACSs. That is my understanding anyway. Pretty scary stuff. Now, I have been kind of cranking right and left, trying to, get these missiles to lead me in different directions and bleed their energy, because I'm sure they've already shot at me. I don't have any indication of that, but those are just assumptions you're going to make, that missiles have already been shot at you. You're going to, in your head, it's going to be worst case scenario, you know what I mean? And worst case scenario is they've already shot at me. So we're defending as if that's already happened. I'm a little nervous about the altitude, so I'm just going to try to bring us down a little bit. Oh, look at that. Right as soon as I say that, missiles are incoming here. I'm going to chaff it off. Hopefully I bled off enough of their energy.
6 o'clock low.
Missile 6 o'clock low.
6 o'clock low.
Okay, we're just defending here. I haven't exploded already, which tells me we're probably good. We got lucky. I think I bled off enough of that missile's energies that we somehow survived. They were unable to hit me, but that RWR indication you're hearing is the terminal guidance of the missile when it switches onto its own radar and tries to hit me, but luckily we survived. I'm going to go ahead and recommit here and see if we can become offensive. There we go. I got multiple Mig-31s here on radar. And they're flying kind of low, 12,000. They probably fired and cranked and went low. I got 3 of them locked up. Is one of them jamming? 1, 2, 3. Alright, I got 3 at 97 miles. Fox 3, Fox 3, Fox 3. Alright, I absolutely will not be hanging out at high altitude. So we're going to go ahead and get back down, but you can see I am maintaining lock on those guys that I fired, providing those missiles with as much guidance as possible. That becomes very important at these tremendously long ranges. I just lost lock. It's okay. I feel good about those missiles. I've seen the AIM-152 get out there and hit the targets that it's supposed to hit, even at these ranges, even without a lock. Although the probability is now lower, so. But I mean, I just threw like 3 missiles in their general direction, so at least one of those missiles should see something and go hit it. Looks like they've actually broken up into 2 elements. So the flight of 4 has broken up into 2 and 2. Although they do seem to be staying together. Look at them, they're climbing 29,000 feet. I'm going to climb as well. I'm going to sling some AIM-152s at them.
Shoot. Shoot.
There's the shoot cue.
Shoot.
Fox
Shoot.
3.
Missile 12 o'clock low.
Fox 3. I have all 4 of them locked up this time.
Missile 12 o'clock low.
Fox 3, and there's the 4th one off. Okay, that 4th volley, or 2nd volley with 4 missiles is out. The 1st volley I sent with 3 missiles should be reaching them any second now. And I'm going to continue to defend here. We just slung those at about 63-ish miles. And I'm feeling pretty good about them. Now I just got to make sure I survive whatever they shot at me. So again, the Navy canceled this program, the AIM-152 program, once the Soviet Union collapsed, and they didn't feel the need to, have these things, similar to the same reason why they had the Phoenix missiles. Just didn't feel the need for them anymore, so the AMRAAM was enough. But you can see how much they make a difference when it comes to fighting something like a MiG-31, who has those very long-range engagement capabilities. And if you have an aircraft, or, let's even say you have a really fantastic aircraft like the F-15, but you don't have the missile capability to retaliate against somebody shooting missiles at you
Missile 12 o'clock high.
from tremendous distances, missile 12 o'clock high, what good is that aircraft to you if you can't retaliate? Right, I'm actually just going to defend here just to be safe. I was going to recommit, but
Missile 3 o'clock low.
Missile 3 o'clock low.
Missile 6 o'clock low.
They're coming from everywhere. Alright, we're going to defend behind this mountain ridge here. That's why I was kind of hugging this area. There's mountains, and I was thinking if we get super desperate, I'm just going to hide behind these. And so what I'm going to do is save myself here, and then I'm going to pop up over the side and sling some more missiles at them, and then hide back down behind the mountains. And hopefully that works. We can't let the MiGs become, you know, fully offensive. I got one left. One AIM-52 left. So really got to make this one count. I got one ping, which tells me there might be only one MiG left. Got him locked here.
Shoot.
47 miles. We're going to get a little closer. Just a little closer. And I'm going to absolutely sling it over here. Fox 3.
Missile 12 o'clock high.
And he shot at me, I think. So we're going to defend. Alright, let's get back down, because there might be an incoming hypersonic missile coming at me. And I pray to God that Raytheon did a very good job with the seeker of those AIM-152s. Because if not, I'm in for trouble. Because I only have Sidewinders left. And I don't think I'm going to get close enough to a Mig-31 to try to dogfight him. If I do, I would kick his ass. He can't dogfight at all. But to get there is a whole different issue. And I think he's the last one. So I think we've already killed 3 Mig-31s. That in itself is an accomplishment, I think. Continue to defend here. Behind these mountains. 47-mile shots, though. Quite a ways. Alright, let's pop up here and see if we can figure out the situation. But I think we're clean. I think we got them. I think we got everybody. Which, you know, kind of feels like you put the fangs back on the F-15 when you give it the AIM-152. Alright guys, so looking at TAC view for that fight, what you can see is a 178 mile R-73 shot here by these MiGs. There it is. Right here they get shot, so 175. That's when they start breaking off. So quite a long distance shot. And sorry about that. Let's fast forward that. So those are the missiles. They're on their way. And having a look at the speeds, you can see that they hit a max speed of 8.46. So that's pretty good. And so what we're going to look at here is I'm obviously making the assumption that those have been shot at me. And so you start to see these kind of cranking maneuvers happening. So I'll come over here and then maybe I'll turn this way and, you know, I'll go down, and you can do whatever you want. You just don't fly in a straight line, because what you're doing is trying to get these missiles to turn with you. And the more you can make a missile turn, the more you can bleed its energy. And you can also make it dip into denser air to try to hit you. Air density creates friction, which, you know, bleeds missile energy. And that entire concept is based on the fact that missiles don't have infinite fuel like you see in these Hollywood movies or, you know, behind enemy lines or whatever. Missiles have a certain burn time. Once that burn time is done, the energy or kinetic energy that missile has is all it's going to have. And from there, you can start bleeding it off. And that's kind of how you can defeat them. And so that's what I do. I just kind of fly around and bleed these missiles, and luckily for me, by the time I recommit here, this is when I get the RWR warning that I know they're coming. By that time that they reach me, they have no energy left to hit me. They can't even chase me. They're down to like almost Mach 1. So I avoid those missiles. We now have the Mig-31s that have split up into 2 different elements of 2 Mig-31s each, mutually supporting each other. And so I only managed to get a lock on 3 of the 4. So I just, you know, send 3 of my AIM 152s at them. And let's look at the missile performance here. With these ramjet engines, they never actually go above Mach 3, but they seem to have better range. So you're getting a little bit of a slower missile, but with consistent speed. You know what I mean? It's going to go, like, Mach 3 is not bad. Look at those speeds. It's like fluctuating, like you can tell, but it's not going down. Like, that's the ramjet engine taking over and just flying the missile in the whole time. And so getting a consistent, you know, 3 Mach might be better than for a momentary second hitting Mach 8.4. Depends on how good your ramjet is, I guess. And so these missiles, so around here it looks like even the ramjet is going to start running out of fuel. It's really trying though, but it is starting to lose energy, but that's more than enough. That missile has now traveled over 100 kilometers, or sorry, miles. And it's now ready to, they fire a second volley here. You can see 4 more R-37s. I know it says R3, but that's TAC view. It doesn't understand R-37s. And so what we get here, get rid of these labels. And so what we end up with is a 100 kilometer shot. So splash 1 element leader, wingman right here, also dead. And then we come over here, watch this. Oh, I thought this one was gonna hit. I was gonna say it's 100% from 100 kilometers. Okay, but we got 2 for 3 kills there, so that's like 66%. That's pretty good. That's not bad. I'm fairly happy with that. 2 out of 3 hits. Completely destroys 1 element. By then I've recommitted and I fired 4 more. You know, right here, I fire 4 more 152s. Before the first volley even arrives, we've already got the second one out. And number 3 here, these 2 miss because obviously these guys are dead now. They're kind of useless. I shouldn't have fired them anyway. It was a waste. The 1 missile ends up hitting this guy right in the face, and the leader survives. He recommits and fires another missile at me, which I then defend and I drive it into the ground. When I run behind that mountain, the missile tries to track, but it doesn't. And if you watch, we're talking about popping out from behind a mountain, throwing a missile and just getting out of there. Like, look at this. So I'm hiding behind that mountain, just pop out, sling a 152, right over the mountaintop, and then dip behind the mountain again. And then this poor guy is out here. He's actually pretty elevated, and he's over like fairly flat terrain. And this F-15 just pops out, slings this 152 at him. He tries to defend, but I mean, what are you gonna do? And he gets hit. Boom. There's nothing to hide behind. especially when it's dropping down on you from that altitude. This is what makes it very, very dangerous. If the missile was there even may even be like a little hump here, you know, a little, I don't know, topographic area here that he might be able to hide behind if the missile just flew like this, right? But that's why missiles don't do that. They go up and they come back down, so that you can try to hide behind here. You know, it's a low, you need a really high mountain to hide behind. But you can try to come down here and try to hide, but it doesn't matter. That missile's coming top down. It's going to hit you, which is what this guy learned in this scenario. That missile just comes right down and just hits him right in the head. Notice the difference of the missile trajectory with the R37 versus the 152. 152 goes high, 37 doesn't, and therefore it gets driven into the ground like that. Imagine if his has done that. His would have done the same thing that mine did, that 73 here. Imagine if it went up and it came down, I would have had a serious problem, right? So, all right, guys, that's going to be the video for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.